no lie, this may be the best wine I've ever had. Cheers to Bordeaux, everyone. Hey guys, I hope this Interrailing series is aging like fine wine because I know where it is. Bordeaux. Hello everyone, I am Lewis, you are watching Lost in Travel and welcome to the next place on our Interrailing adventure. We are in wine country now. Previously on Lost in Travel. So far, we kicked off 2 months in Europe by saying goodbye to the UK and getting the Eurostar to begin this mega tour of France. On this tour, we have been to Paris, Versailles, Mont Saint-Michel, Rennes, Nantes, and have so much more to go, and that's before we even think of seeing the other 10 countries on this trip of a lifetime. Today, we have arrived in Bordeaux, home of wine vineyards and impressive architecture. I don't think I've been anywhere prettier than this square. This is astounding. In this vlog, we will tackle what this elegant city has in store for the next 48 hours. Let's go! Alright guys, so typically, as soon as I decide to leave the house with a jacket on, the sun actually decides to show. But I'm here at my first destination here in Bordeaux, and because my parents and my grandparents have been here before, I got highly recommended to get a hold of one of these Bordeaux city passes, just like I did in Paris, just like I did in New York. And therefore, I've now got this for 48 hours. It allows me on all the public transport here for free. That includes the trams, the buses, which is what I got to get to this spot. And it also includes this water bus as well, so like a boat. Well, that's pretty epic. But here I am at my first spot. This is Bassins De Lumieres, which I believe is an immersive museum set in a submarine. What? That sounds pretty wicked. Anyways, I think it's quite dark, so I don't think I can show you much, but I got this included on this pass, so let's see what it's all about. In the Bassins De Lumieres, I had a mesmerising stroll through the art and mind of Salvador Dali. These type of interactive museums are a great way to get indoors when the weather goes sideways, or just to even appreciate the topic at hand. I even got a wee nap in while gazing at the moving pictures from a beanbag. Oops.
To another state.
Alright guys, it is the next day and I'm still here in Bordeaux and I've got so much to show you because I barely showed you anything yesterday. I'm just going to be honest with you guys here. Yesterday's weather just wasn't the best. It was so rainy and it just kind of demotivated me to pick up the camera and actually do something. I never even took many photos. And I just want to shed a little insight onto this trip, and that is, like, I love doing this. I love picking up the camera, recording, talking to myself. It feels like I'm not alone when I do that. I also just love taking photos of all the architecture here, but if I'm doing that every day for the next 2 months, if I don't feel like I'm in the mood to do it, it's the same if you guys do a trip like this, just don't pick up the camera. Like, it would come across that you do not want to do it. Your photos wouldn't be of the best standard that they normally are. So I'm just going to tell you, if you're just not in the mood to do it, just take that day not to do it. I just wandered around and had a great time. I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in the cinema, and it was a great movie. If you do want to see a movie in a foreign cinema, they do have English showings, and I just had French subtitles, so it was great. I was right in there, and I was at the French audience. They laughed a lot. They quite enjoyed being in the atmosphere of the cinema, and so did I. It was a great feeling. But it's the next day. I've got one more day here in Bordeaux and so much to show you. The weather is a lot better today, so I do feel a bit more motivated and enthusiastic to take you around and see what this awesome city has in store. So I'm currently standing here, guys, in the main square here in Bordeaux. This is Place de la Bourse, and I don't think I've been anywhere prettier than this square. This is astounding. Unfortunately, it does have some construction, but apart from that, this is so beautiful with just the alleyways stretching out at different angles. I'm actually getting sprayed by the fountain here, but this is what Bordeaux is about. It is elegant, it is grand, and I am loving it here. And I want to give you an interesting fact about Bordeaux, apart from the wine facts, because with Bordeaux underneath Paris has the most listed monuments in the entirety of France. It's got about 362 monuments here, so it's not just about the wine, so it's about the art, the culture, just as most of France is about. That's what I'm loving about being in France so far. I've almost been here for about 10 days now, and it is definitely the arts that get the love here. It gets the appreciation it deserves, and Bordeaux is no different. Everything in Bordeaux is so grand to the highest perfection, and I just love the style here compared to Paris. It's a completely different style, but they're both terrific, and I think you have to visit both of them at least once in your life. Come to Bordeaux, they said. It'll be all wine and sun, they said. God almighty, it's been pouring down every single minute of the day that I've been here, basically. But guys, the way should bother me as I'm standing at this location, this big, probably the most famous landmark here in Bordeaux. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was going to pop out like that. Okay, I'm here at the Mirror de Lumieres, and this is the largest reflective mirror in, I think, all of the world. And basically what it does is it's this big square bit of land, and it sprays out water, and it can lead to some really cool reflective shots looking over at the main square there. Obviously it is chucking it down right now, but I guess I can give it a go. I think on a nice sunny day people walk through it and stuff like that, but I don't want to get even more wet because I'm in shorts and a shirt right now. What happened to the summer that I was wanting? So what do you do when it rains in Bordeaux? You use the rain to your advantage, and you get some amazing reflection shots looking over at the Place de Lumieres. Let's take a look and see if they actually turned out well. Anyways, when it rains, it pours, and I'm not talking about the rain, I'm talking about the glass of wine that I'm about to go have right now. No lie, this may be the best wine I've ever had. Cheers to Bordeaux, everyone. So I am in the last Cite Du Vin, I think is how it's pronounced as. Probably just butchered that there. And this is technically the wine museum here in Bordeaux, and I did tell you that this video was going to be more about things that are not about wine, but you've got to do this when you're here. Bordeaux is all about the wine. It is wine country I'm in right now, and I've just been through a museum that gives you a tour on the history of wine. I learned about wine back in the Roman times, back in ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, go right into England, and it was so cool and so fascinating just finding about how significant wine has been through the centuries. And then at the end you get to go up to the top floor and have a free taste of one glass of wine, and I got myself a lovely Louis Payat, which is made in southern Bordeaux, so it is local, and it's probably one of the best wines I've ever had. It was quite a sweet, white, sulky flavour. Apparently you're allowed to describe wines like that. That is the way you describe white wine. Is through methods of touch, and I was finding out all about that in the museum on how, like, the way you describe wine and how it's related to senses of smell and senses of touch. And I thought, honestly, I didn't realise how fascinating wine is until now. If you are like me and you like to chase the best viewpoints of every city that you go to, then this has to be considered one of the best ones here in Bordeaux. I am up the Pey Berland Tower, which is a tower right beside the Hotel de Ville Cathedral, and it gives you some amazing views of all of the buildings here. The only downside is you do need to walk about 400 steps up and down to get up here. So guys, it's that time of the video of my Interrailing series again, that I have to pack up and say goodbye to the city and move on to pastures new. So goodbye Bordeaux, and here are my overall impressions on the city. I absolutely have loved my time in Bordeaux. I can tell you, you can't get bored though in Bordeaux. But yeah, Bordeaux is very grand and very eccentric. I love the architecture. You can tell that I'm in the south of France now because the architecture is it's actually mind-blowing how the difference between Paris and Bordeaux, and I can't believe, like, only in a matter of a week and a half I've already started to notice that contrast in architectural styles here. But I can't wait because I'm going even further south down in France for the next part. But before I do, I'm going to take you on one little ride because I'm going to go back to the hotel in Quebec. So I'm meeting a friend that I met in Rennes to go for a couple glasses of wine because That's what you do here in Bordeaux. But I'm not going to take the usual metro route to get back. I'm going to take a boat.
Go on, let the waves crash on over. Go on, let the sails fasten tight. Go on, let the wind be our compass. Lose the map, let fate be the guide. I wanna go where that great joy river's all I know.
And there we have it. As you can see, the city pass, when it says you get free public transport, that doesn't just include the trams, doesn't just include the buses, it also includes a boat. And I have now managed to take all three, and it was quite a delightful experience to say I have done that. But anyways, that is the end of the Bordeaux vlog. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, guys, I would always appreciate if you smack the like button, share it with your family and your friends, and subscribe, because there's still a lot more of France to come, and a lot more of the Interrailing journey to arrive as well. So anyways, thank you Bordeaux for being such an amazing city, and I guess I'll catch you with the next video. Peace out, guys, see you later, have a great day, bye. Someone pass me a glass of wine.
Come fly away with me. Imagine all the things that we could see. Yeah, don't you know that life's a dance? Come take my hand and fly